Alright, welcome to the first live audio of EnPTinio, and this is quite a good experience for me because it would be a test of how good my voice is, and it's being recorded. I did this because I'm too shy to be on the on live video, and secondly, I have been thinking of integrating some audio into my next articles and maybe insert some podcast episodes into my content calendar. So this is also Ask Me Anything session for those of you who want to ask questions. Please comment them down in the boxes below. So also am alone in this particular endeavor, so I would not be able to I am not able to see kung ano nangyayari. Okay, so I think that's one of the rooms for improvement pagdating sa pagla-live. Okay? So, I think one of the biggest reasons also why I wanted to go online and on live is to just address my 700 plus of you who are liking the page and who like the page and are following my articles, my posts, and sharing them through your various social media, and also the almost 200 people who are subscribed to my email list, the weekly articles on urban planning and solid waste management. So thank you dahil you keep encouraging me to continue with my urban planning content and urban planning endeavors. Okay? So I think I'll just wait for a few minutes and see kung merong pang dati. Okay, so another reason why I wanted to go live is to create content while also engaging with my with followers. So this will be a short live kasi first time ko nga, so it will only be around 10 to 15 minutes of me trying to answer some of your questions, if any, and siguro I'll start with answering some of the most frequently asked questions pagdating sa mga posts about Facebook about Environmental Planning Board Exam. So I've been writing about the Environmental Planning Board Exam since 2019 when I started blogging. In March or April, I published my first article on Environmental Planning Board Exam on around June or July. So it was all about the frequently asked questions, inspired by an article on education.ph. So I saw that there were some gaps in the education.ph article, and I wanted to really help aspiring environmental planners make sense of the journey to passing the Environmental Planning Board Exam. So, one of the frequently asked questions of environmental planning and about the Environmental Planning Board Exam is what is to be expected. So I wrote about this in an earlier article about my lessons learned from Environmental Planning Board Exam. So it's first part of a 3-part series na sinulat ko last year. Konti pa lang ang babasa nun. My followers ata nun mga nasa 300 pa lang or 250. So these were this 3-part series was all about my tips and resources for passing the Environmental Planning Board Exam, and as well for going actual days inspired by none other than EnP Regine Palma. So one of my confessed mentors when it comes to when it came to taking my own environmental planning board exam in 2018. So what about the environmental planning board exam? So I'm reading out now parts of my article about it. Isa sa mga top ranking articles sa when it comes to website traffic ng EnPTinio.com. So an overview of the environmental planning board exam is that the environmental planning board exam has a 51% average passing rate from 2007 to 2019. So if you visit the website and visit the specific article on the environmental planning board exam, you will see a graph there that summarizes or describes this particular passing rate. So mataas naman actually ang passing rate ng environmental planning board exam, kaya lang in relation to the yung rate ang mataas but the volume medyo bumaba siya pagdating ng 2017, 18, and 19, mainly because in my own opinion naghabol yung mga kababayan natin, kabaro natin ng mga local government officials who need to pass the environmental planning board exam to be promoted or be accepted dun sa kanilang positions. So starting also, isa rin ako sa mga naghabol when I thought na 2018 was the last time for the non-urban planning degree holders to take the exam. I did it as a challenge to myself because I was also teaching land use planning then. So yun. Also isa sa mga particular na importansya ng environmental planning board exam experience ko is that I was able to while passing the board exam, I was able to ensure yung parang magkaroon ako ng confidence that meron akong confidence that I am I'm qualified to teach land use planning kasi I am an environmental planner, licensed environmental planner. So, ano pa ba? So, I think that's a good start. So, another important aspect of the environmental planning board exam is how to be eligible for the board exam. So, the Department of Community and Environmental Resource Planning sa UP Los Baños shared this list in October last year of the universities where you can enroll to take the licensure exam. So, ginaya ko lang actually, and I wanted to put it on the on a website para merong one-stop shop yung mga aspiring environmental planners. Kasi pag sa Facebook hindi masyadong kita, lalo na because of issues with organic reach. Okay, so some colleges and universities that offer courses to be qualified for the Environmental Planning Board Exam are UP Diliman, syempre, yung School of Urban and Regional Planning. Sa UP Los Baños, yun nga, yung DCARP. And then, yung UP Open University, yung kanilang Diploma in Land Use Planning program na I am personally advocating for, lalo na dun sa mga local government officials who are busy with their daily activities sa kanilang mga local governments. So I think it's not that tedious if you take the online course, though I have no experience. Pero kesa naman pasok ka araw-araw, diba? So might as well have a self-paced online course. So also, yung UP Visayas sa Iloilo, meron na rin sila na urban planning program, which I think was supported by the USAID Search Project. I was one of the people, I was a research assistant then sa kanilang project doon. Okay? So right now, I'm still talking about the Environmental Planning Board Exam. So, how I've talked about, meron namang recording itong live na ito. So, I've talked about my own insights on the frequently asked questions about the Environmental Planning Board Exam. So, you can send out your questions if you have more. And also I've enumerated 4 schools that can qualify you, where you can take courses that can qualify you for the Environmental Planning Board Exam. And my personal recommendation is for local government planners to take the online Diploma in Land Use Planning program of the UP Open University. Okay? So, si EnP Cuyco actually, isa sa mga nagsusulat tungkol sa environmental planning and land use planning. So, kanyang blog ay nasa plannerspace.blogspot.com. So, EnP Cuyco has written about his experience with the Diploma in Land Use Planning program of the UP Open University. So, maybe you can check his website. So, that's plannerspace.blogspot.com. So, search nyo lang doon. And it's also linked in my Environmental Planning Board Exam article. Okay? So, isa rin sa one of the biggest questions for aspiring Environmental Planning Board Exam takers is if you can still retake yung EnP Board Exam if you do not have if you do not have an urban planning degree. So, one of the biggest tanong yan, lagi. So, ang pinakahuling update na nakita ko is on June 17, 2020, yung the petition of those who were unsuccessful has been in the 2019 board exam has been denied. So, this was of yung petition nila, I think nila Mr. Rodrigo Martin and Rochelle Gerans. So, noong September 2019, to allow yung unsuccessful examinees of the 2019 board exam to retake the 2020 board exam as kumbaga kinukuha nila yung kanilang mga they are ang gusto nila is makuha nila yung kanilang board exam dun sa purpose na meron silang real estate, yung sa real estate board exam. Okay? So, hi sa mga totally nakikinig this is a trial live audio kasi nga naiya ako mag live video. So, this is in preparation of the content for audio and podcasting if ever. Okay? So, last 6 minutes para dito sa live audio na ito. So, one other concern for environmental planners, aspiring environmental planning board exam takers is yung OJT certificates nila. So, when it comes to the OJT certificate, ang naisip nila, kailangan pupirma ko to sa isang registered and licensed environmental planner. Kasi nga, environmental planning board exam. So, the application requirements of PRC, nakasulat naman dun that ang OJT certificate should be signed by the applicant's immediate supervisor in an agency or organization engaged or involved in environmental planning functions or programs. So, I've also written about this in my EnP Board Exam article that hindi naman kailangan yung licensed EnP talaga ang mag-sign. Kung ang supervisor mo, for example, is not a licensed EnP, as long as your organization practices planning functions or is engaged in environmental planning programs, you can have your advisor sign as yung OJT certificate. Okay? So, yun ang tatlo sa mga frequently asked questions ng about the environmental planning board exam. One is what is it all about? So, yun nga, 51% passing rate naman yung environmental planning board exam. So, hindi naman siya ganon katulad ng halimbawa law na medyo mas mababa yung passing rate, or yung civil service mas mababa pa nga yung passing rate. So, secondly is yung mga universities that can qualify you, universities where you can take courses to qualify you for the environmental planning board exam. So, one is yung UP Serv, also UP Los Baños, they have a program, and then UP Visayas, yun yung tatlo sa mga nabanggit ko. But my personal recommendation nga is to take the diploma in land use planning in through the UP Open University, para rin sa mga local planners natin na kailangan ng license para maging plantilla makakapasok sila sa mga plantilla positions or ma-appoint sila as the local planning development coordinator. So, third topic was all about the retakers, or for the retakers of the Environmental Planning Board Exam. So, as of September 2020, sabi ko nga, hindi na pwedeng mag-retake yung mga examinees na walang planning degrees as of the current status. So, if the PRC will issue any additional guideline or any additional resolution, pwede pa siguro. So, if you know of any petitions existing, let me know so that I can update my article para rin sa benefit ng mga aspiring 2019 unsuccessful examinees. So, lastly, yun tungkol sa OJT Certificate. Ang hindi naman kailangan licensed environmental planner ang pumirma. You can have your immediate supervisor as long as your organization is acceptable to the Board of Environmental Planning or engaged or involved in environmental planning functions or programs. Okay? So, I think that's a good start sa isang trial live audio. Okay, so hopefully this live audio will be good experience at masundan pa. Okay, so thank you for those na pumasok at nag-listen, and thank you again for following EnPTinio. So if you have questions, concerns, or suggestions, message lang kayo, and also continue to engage dun sa ating Filipino Urban Planning Facebook group. Okay? Bye!